Fargo A, trying to be Fargo B, and trying to figure out how this other version of him got to be in power and actually got to have respect, which I don't know if he really has respect, he just has fear and authority and stuff like that, but it's just such a fun thing. It's a nice way to sort of play Fargo as rather just sort of the woo kind of guy, you know?
Nice.
What was that, Neil? What was that?
I think that's the face you're making on your cutout. Do you think it's time for us to gush about our crossover?
Yes. Yes.
Neil, you came to play at the warehouse.
I
and
did.
then I got to visit you and get into trouble in Eureka.
Yes, there was lots of explosions and there was lots of fire. Yeah,
Yes, there was romance. Sparks were bound to fly.
Finally, Fargo gets some romance.
At last, right?
Yeah, so, well, I mean, I guess he had some before, but this time it's with Skaggs, so, you know, come on.
Mr. Callis. May I call you James?
Please do.
There's something I've always wanted to say to you. I mean, look, we all know why I'm geeking out, right? It's the same reason you're geeking out, so if you would just indulge me, I've always wanted to say to you, Gaius. That's it, that's all I wanted. It's redundant for me to say that you're...
No, that was moving. Thank you.
I'm all flushed now. You're coming off this, you know, obviously groundbreaking series, Battlestar Galactica. Were you looking to return to the genre and coming to Eureka? And how did the role come to you?
That's a great question. To be really honest, I wasn't looking to return to the genre. But when you're presented with a rather incredible role in an you're going to be traveling through time, you're going to be from the 1940s and a bit of a mystery, and then a fish out of water. That idea was so bold and really brilliant, executed brilliantly. I always am interested in doing things I haven't done before and trying to challenge myself and stretch the things that I can do. This is a very different kind of show, obviously from Battlestar, different sensibility and a different tone, and I desperately wanted to be a part of it on that level. It makes me think also when we came here for Battlestar like 6 years ago, sci-fi and Battlestar, because we were just doing the mini-series, my impression was that we weren't taking all that seriously and a bit of a poor relation. And sci-fi over those years with great shows, with shows like Eureka now as well, it's like it goes from strength to strength. In fact, like you feel like you're part of a family in a fortress. Yeah, this is a terribly good going concern, and it gets stronger and better. And their whole mythos is, what if? What if something like this can happen? Which I'm also really in touch with. So it was a privilege, an honor, and terribly exciting, and that's why I'm here. Thank you very much.
Exciting for all of us, can I just say? Do we have any Eureka writers in the room?
Where's our crew? Somewhere?
Amy Bird,
Where's our
probably
staff?
you.
Anywhere?
In the back there.
Eureka writers, what? I'm glad that you brought that up because I think Bruce and I are completely, unbelievably lucky that we have the most amazing group of writers this year who have really just made this the best season yet. And so we've got back there Amy Berg and Eric Tuckman, and we've got Ron. I think Ron Milbauer is here, and Eric Wallace is here, and Kira Snyder is here, and Fowler is here. Whom else? I'm forgetting some. And Paula Yu is here, and Megan Welsh and Margaret Dunlap, and anybody else? I forget anybody? Anyway, they're the crew is here. Todd Sharp is here. Our co-executive producer.
It's fascinating to me that as writers you're able to strike this great balance between humor and drama and action, like another little show I know. How do you guys approach that? How do you maintain that balance?
Well, you don't really start out trying to make a funny show that's also dramatic or a dramatic show that's also funny. You just try to make a show that you like. And that's what the writers have really brought to the table this time. They were all fans of the show before they came onto the show. So they all came on understanding our kind of strange little show and strange little tone. So we just always start the same place, which is we start out with the characters and Carter and what would make Carter's day slightly more interesting and slightly more funny and would also look good on television.
Well, can I also add that I think a lot of it, like a lot of that tone sort of comes from way back in the pilot, in the first episode. I seem to remember we were always almost being pushed to make it a bit more dramatic, a bit more serious. But then when you have someone like Colin Ferguson over here as our lead, he brings such an amount of humor to it, and like a subtle humor to it and everything, and that sort of, yeah, that's right, Colin Ferguson. And it just sort of trickles down everywhere, and it really sort of made the show what it was, having him be our guy at the forefront.
You're killing us. Please stop.
I just want to expand his ego to see if he'll
Be
float away.
quiet. We have 10 more to shoot. Please stop.
Oh yeah, and he's a producer. You're a producer in the back
Please
tent too.
stop. Please stop.
Exactly. He's a producer in the back tent. You're so great, Colin. So great.
Thanks, Neil.
Why don't we give him another opportunity to feed his ego and talk about how you're directing an episode this season?
I directed 404, which involved a rocket trip to the moon. You saw pieces of it just moments ago. And that's fantastic. You guys have been great about sort of facilitating that, because they have to write me out of certain pieces to get me able to prep, and they've been really generous about providing me that time to be able to do it. And it's been well received so far, so thanks.
And Joe Morton is directing this year as well, yes?
Whatever.
As well as Miss Sally Richardson Whitfield.
All these men are going down.
Damn right.
Going down.
So, is this your first time directing? I ask, is it a girl who inevitably wants to step behind the
Yes.
camera as well?
It's my first time, and they've been wonderful about giving me this opportunity. And you know, as actors, we have to grow to do different things as the years go by. And I'm ready and so excited about taking on this challenge. So,
Can you tell us what your episode's about?
nope.
Okay.
Nope. Can't tell you anything.
Fair enough. Well, last night at the Eureka screening, we got to see Mr. Will Wheaton. It was also announced that he's coming back for a slew of episodes. Who else can we look forward to in the upcoming season?
Some of you may have heard the trickling rumors that may have come out just a short while ago. We haven't even actually told these guys yet that there's this little actress, what is her name? Felicia Day, I think? So she just stopped by on way from one thing to another to say a quick hello to you guys. She's going to be doing a multi-episode arc in the back 10 episodes with us.
It was hard not to fangirl out on the phone. I was like, I'll think about it. So Eureka has always, it's a combination of comedy and sci-fi that is my media kryptonite. So I am so excited to be a part of this, and I'll try not to stare at you guys and go while we're acting.
So there may be an interesting love triangle with